God bless y'all. God bless y'all. God bless you. God bless you. How you doing tonight, everybody? This is the day which the Lord hath made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. I want to send a shout out to all of my new members at Yes We Can Worship Center. Brother Keith Green and his brother Freddie. I want to thank them and welcome them, as full-fledged members of Yes We Can Worship Center. We are growing. We're growing. One man planteth, another one watereth, and God provides the increase. Brother Keith Green is no stranger to Yes We Can Worship Center and Yes We Can Worship Center ministry. He was very instrumental in evangelizing and bringing the sheep in at our dedication service back on June 9th when Chief Apostle Michael Rose and Pastor Kenneth Pitchford, both of Wrecking Crew for Christ and Greater Hopewell Full Gospel Church, respectively, brought their churches over for that special service. Keith basically packed the place out, and so we thank God for him for being used by God in that capacity. I have already given Evangelist Green a position. He is the chairman of evangelism for Yes We Can Worship Center. He is the chairman of evangelism for Yes We Can Worship Center. You all excuse me, I've got bad sinus tonight, but we're not going to let that stop us from putting the word out. His brother, our new member Freddie, who I must admit, I don't have the paperwork before me, so I don't have his last name. I'll have it soon. I know all of my members' information, and I study it, but I just haven't. I've been running like a chicken with his head cut off, and so I don't have Freddie's last name at the moment. But Brother Freddie already has a position. He is the director of gang intervention. The thing about Yes We Can Worship Center is this is unlike any other church you've ever seen. It is an active church. I go out every single day of the week and I talk to homeless people. I take them to a McDonald's or to a burger joint and I feed them. After I feed them, I take them to a drop-in center so they can get a shower and get clothing. And then I invite them to our services. Brother Green does the same thing. Next week, we're going to do an evangelism sweep, hopefully on Friday. My chief armor bearer, Brother Jorge Gandaria, and one of my other armor bearers, Brother Luis Salgado. This will be his first time going out into the field with us, and he's excited and can't wait to do it. But we're going to go to all of Mr. Blackwell's homes, every one of them, and we're going to evangelize. We're going to pray with the people, talk with the people, and invite them to our services. We're going to try to do that Friday. Friday's a tough day for me because that's service day, and I don't have a lot of time on Fridays, but we're going to do our best to do that on Friday. And if we're able to do that on Friday, then what's going to happen is that night, Brother Keith is going to be able to, in his capacity as evangelism chairman, hopefully bring a couple of Jeep loads full of people to the church for our Friday night service. I believe and I prophesy that we're going to have to get chairs very soon. We're going to stop using those benches that we use, and that this will probably be the last week that we can use those benches, that we're going to have to start getting chairs every week, either buy them or rent them. And so I want everybody, Brother Keith, if you're listening, Brother Freddie, if you're listening, I want you all to be in much prayer for our church. And I want to be honest with you all, we got to raise some money, y'all. We got to raise some money. And one of the challenges when you do the kind of ministry that we are doing is that a lot of the people that we interact with are poor people, and they don't have a lot of money, so they can't really give. But the thing we got to do is get rid of that poverty mentality, and we got to teach people the power of giving. If you get a government check of $800 a month, then you should be tithing $80 a month to your church, along with a love offering. The book of Malachi is clear. If you bring your tithes and offerings unto the storehouse, God said, I will open up the windows of heaven and pour you out blessing that you won't be able to receive. And what happens with a lot of us is we don't have a lot of money, and we're like, when I get some money, then I'll start giving. But we don't understand that if you want to get some money, start giving now. And I'm not just telling you what I heard, I'm telling you what I know, what I live in my own life on a daily basis. There have been times I've taken my last and bought food for somebody who was hungry. And an hour or two later, somebody will put some money in my hand. So I need my members. If you are a member of our church, I want you to be a tithing member. Please tithe. Not for Sherman, not for Pastor Sherman D. Manning, but tithe for yourself. Because God says, I will open up the windows of heaven and pour you out blessings that you will not have room enough to receive. A lot of my members come to me for money, and I don't mind that. I gave 3 people money last night, and one of them did not ask for it. I just blessed the person because they had blessed the church, and I felt like, we should help them with their expenses in that department. But there were 2 women who just needed some money, and I gave it to them. Most pastors are not going to do that. I'm not bragging on Sherman. I'm bragging on our ministry, the kind of ministry that we have. We have a ministry that meets the needs of the people. I could probably bring 20 or 30 people before you in this city right now who would tell you that I put money in their hand. I believe in that. And I want my members to believe in that. So if you're a member of Yes We Can Worship Center, and that's mainly who this audio is going to, I want you to please become a tithing member. If that government check is $1,300 a month, then your church should be getting $130 a month, plus a love offering. Again, God said, I will open up the windows of heaven and pour you out blessings you won't be able to receive. He will rebuke the devourer. It's in Malachi 3, read it. If you want God to rebuke the devourer, one of the reasons he might not be rebuking the devourer in your life is because you're not giving. You're robbing God. Please don't rob God. Yes We Can Worship Center is going to buy a minivan. I want to have a van so that Brother Keith, Brother Salgado, and others can drive that van and go pick up Mother Fleming and bring her to church, and go pick up Mother Williams and bring her to church, and go to all Blackwell's houses and load that van up 2 or 3 times. I want that kind of outreach ministry. But the van is going to cost money. It is going to cost money. So I need my members to help us raise $3,000 or $4,000 so we can make a nice down payment on a van and get that done. We need a keyboard in that church. I prophesy that we're going to have a keyboard in that church within 2 weeks. We need a keyboard and a keyboard player because people hear music, they come. Okay? So I see great things happening for our church. I see great things happening for our members. I want our members to please go out and raise money for your church. Wouldn't it be nice if every member showed up Friday night and said, Pastor, I got $50 to put into the offering because I asked my friends and they chipped in? Or I got $40 or $30. If every member gave $25 a piece, we could afford a musician. We could afford a musician. We could afford a keyboard player. But when people come in and only give $1 or put a quarter in or what have you and act like that's all right, then that's a problem. Am I going to embarrass anybody? Of course not. I'm not going to get on the mic and announce who didn't give or anything like that. I don't operate that way. I know some people just don't have it to give. But there are people who have it. You get a check and the first thing you do is go pay your bills. And you know what? You need to pay God's bill. The first thing you ought to do is take your tithe out and send it to your church. And I promise you again, he said, I will rebuke the devourer. I need tithing members. I need strong soldiers. I need some more Keith Greens, some evangelists who will go out and not just talk to folk, but just bring them to church. Just bring them up in the house, because if they get involved with the church and hang around the fire long enough, they'll end up getting warm. And so that's what we want them to do. We want the unchurched. And that's where my connection came with some of my members like Luis Salgado and Keith Green and Jorge Gandaria. We all have that burning desire to bring in the unchurched. Jesus said it is the sick who need the doctor, not those who are well. We want to catch people who are sick and bring them to God's hospital. I'm not concerned about folk who already go on Sunday. That's why I like our Friday night service, because we're not normal. We're not regular. You know, I get up on Sunday morning, I do this and I do that and the other. I go to church on Sunday morning myself. I preach a lot of Sunday mornings at other churches. But my service is on Friday night. And my service is less than 90 minutes. Basically about an hour. We sing a couple of songs. We have a couple of testimonies. We preach the gospel. We go home. And we go to the field. This is a field working church. This is not a come in, sit down, I've been serving the Lord a long time and ain't got tired yet. Well, sometimes the reason you ain't got tired yet is because you ain't done nothing. Sometimes the reason you are not tired yet is because you have not done anything except sing and shout on Sunday. And I'm all for singing and I'm all for shouting. I'm a singing and a shouting preacher. You understand me? But I'm also about working, about getting to those sick people who need the doctor, getting to those homeless people who need food, getting to those people who need clothing and shelter. And I prophesied that God's going to let Mr. Blackwell and I, through Keith Green and Sheila and others, work together on helping to house more homeless people, getting transition homes for them, in-home care, things of that nature. And so God is doing great things. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm so excited I can't hardly see straight. I've been groaning in the spirit all day long because I feel like God is getting ready to do something. I'm so glad those brothers came and joined last night. I feel like God is getting ready to do something. T.D. Jakes used to say, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. I feel like God is not through with me yet. Oh God, I'm watching God take a storefront church and transform it into a mega church. I'm watching God operationalize the miraculous supernatural power of Almighty God. I'm watching God take ex-cons and ex-preachers, ex-prisoners rather, and turn them into preachers and teachers and evangelists. Oh God, I'm watching the hand of the Lord. And that's the only reason you made it how far you made it right now. Some of y'all, you know you should have been dead and gone. You know you should have been laid out a long time ago. You know, the bullet should have killed you. The gang should have killed you. The prison warfare should have killed you. And you wonder why you are here. The only reason you're here is because the hand of the Lord has been on you like that. I said the hand of the Lord has been on you like that. Oh, God, when I look back over my life, I'm 43 years of age, and the hand of the Lord has been on me like that. The only reason I survive what I've been through is because the hand of the Lord. And the only reason you're going to survive what you got to go through is because the hand of the Lord. Oh God, y'all, I got to stop. But listen, I need you. Pray for your church. Pray for your church. Pray for your pastor. Ask God, because I'm nothing but a man, nothing but a lump of sin, just like you are. I'm dirty. The Bible said that my righteousness is as filthy rags in the sight of God, that I stink in his nostrils. I'm just a messenger, baby girl. I'm just a mailman. I ain't got nothing to do with the message. The message was written 2,000 years ago. The message was written on Calvary when they led him up Golgotha's hill, when they led him from judgment hall to judgment hall, and he died. Okay, let me stop, y'all. I said that. Oh, glory to God. I said he died for your sins and mine. And then right early one Sunday morning, without the usage of an alarm clock to wake him up, he woke up. Oh God. Okay, listen. So let me get back on. So listen, please pray for Yes We Can Worship Center. Pray that we will continue to feed the hungry. Pray that we will continue to clothe the naked. Pray that we will continue to do real street ministry where people are hurting, where people are rejected, where people need to know that they might be rejected by man, but they can be selected by God, that God's elect is often man's rejects. And so just pray for our church and pray for the financial leg of the church. I need some brothers to go out and raise some money. As I said, try to show up at church Friday and say, Pastor, I got a $50 offering. I asked 10 of my friends for $5 each for our church, and they gave it to me, so here's $50. Or I asked 20 of my friends for $2 each, and here's $40. You know, whatever you got to do, get some money in your hand and bring that money to the church and let the church do what we're supposed to do. And that is, let's have a keyboard in there. Let's have a keyboard player. Let's get ready to buy a van so that we can do this evangelism thing on a larger scale. Let's get ready to buy a transition home, the Yes We Can Worship Center transition home. Let's get ready to do some things that eyes have not seen and ears have not heard, and neither has it entered into the heart of men, the things which God has in store for those of us that love him. Let's get ready to make this a unique, unusual church, a church that they got to put on the news because it's so unusual, a church that's got to go on radio because it's so unusual. Let's get ready to do what God said, because God can do exceedingly abundantly above all we may ask or think. I pray for you. Y'all give me a call. We love you. We'll see you Friday night at 7 o'clock at 5857 South Central Avenue, Suite 180. Tell it everywhere you go. We want people to know. God bless you.